Good morning, Uncle Ismail. Can we start?
Yes.
Uncle Ismail, I need to know your family background because that will give people a perspective of exactly where you've come from. So, if you can describe your family, I would be very grateful.
My father's name was Sheikh Abdul Qadir, and his wife, and we were. The family was pretty large. We were 4 brothers and 6 sisters. And most of us, we lived in Calcutta for a very, very long time.
When would your family have reached Calcutta? When did you possibly, start your stay in Calcutta?
No, I was born in Calcutta. And though we are originally from cultural point of view, we are from Surat. We did have a house in Surat, but we would visit Surat only for occasions, for weddings or some occasion. But most of the life, the whole family stayed in Calcutta. After my father and my mother, they returned from Japan. They always lived in Calcutta because my father started the match factory. It was, I believe, in 1922. When both my father and his very good friend, another essabhoy, the person probably in Calcutta people, the person who was well known in Calcutta was Baby Sahib Esmail. His father and my father, both their names were Essabhoy. They were in Japan together, and from there they thought of starting the match factory in Calcutta. So since 1922, my father has always been in Calcutta, lived in Calcutta.
So, Uncle Ismail, I want to ask you, what were your parents, what was your father and Uncle Isabhoy, that's Uncle Baby Sa's father, doing in Japan together?
They were in business together. Because we had businesses all over the Far East, starting in Rangoon, Singapore, Hong Kong, in China, Shanghai, and in Japan, we were in Tokyo and Osaka. And I believe in Kobe also. They lived in Kobe. So they were looking after our company, our import-export company in Kobe. I believe it was Kobe, not Osaka. So even one of my sister was born in Japan.
Which sister was this?
This was Ruqayya, younger to Bin Fatima. Bin Fatima was Baby Sa's wife.
Yes.
So she was Ruqayya, and she was the younger to Fatima. She was actually born in Japan.
What business would they do? What import and export of what products?
I do not know that at all. I don't know what it was, but probably matches was one of the things they must be exporting. I'm sure they must be importing a lot of spices from India. And from Japan, I do not know what they were exporting. But most of our firms in Hong Kong and Shanghai, they were all trading companies, importers and exporters. But I would not know what they were because probably I was not born even then. I was born in 1929.
You were born in 1929.
1920 in Calcutta.
And when did your parents come to Calcutta? What was the year?
I am not very sure, but probably 1920s, 1920, 1922 or so.
1922. Okay.
Yeah. This is my guesswork.
Okay. What was the nature of Esavi match factory? Was it the first match factory in the region? Was it among the first match factories in the region? What was the nature of the collaboration with Japan?
First factory in India, I would say.
In India? East India?
First factory in India, yes.
In India?
The Wimco people in India, the Swedish factory came later on. And they were the biggest competitors, and they were very huge. We were then localized only in Bengal. But then a lot of local match factories started in southern India, and we were mostly in Bengal.
Did the factory do well?
The factory did exceptionally well, I think. We had totally, in our silk factory, rubber factory and match factory, we had 18 Japanese technicians working for us.
Wow.
And so much so that we had even 4 wanted Japanese women to come to Calcutta and teach Indian ladies how to pack matchboxes.
Pack matchboxes.
Matchboxes. They were all hand packed. Then the ladies, even in my time, the boxes and all were made by machines, but the packing was still done by hand. I'm talking about 1960-64 when I took charge of esavi match. At that time, even the packing was always done by hand.
Okay.
The boxes, everything were made by machines.
Okay. I've noted that one of the partners was a Japanese chemist.
A Japanese what?
Japanese chemist.
Oh yes, the person, the thing, and he was even our partner in esavi match was Mr. Nagahashi. And I was very, very close to him in that charge in 1968.
What was the nature of the factory? Was it specialized? Was it technology intensive? Was it one of the most reputed industrial facilities in this part of the country?
No, I think at that time, because of people smoking and lighting the stoves and everything, matches was so important. I don't know how they did it before match started. So matches was a part of life for every human being there, for the villagers to light their stoves and even for putting on the fires, for warming themselves and everything. So match was needed so much. It was one of the most intensive, I think, consumer items.
Would you also say this was possibly by far the largest Bohra industrial enterprise in the world?
I don't know. I don't know, but think we definitely first manufacturing companies, our family was really the foremost. There were no factories in Calcutta. The match factory, the rubber factory, the silk factory, they were all, and then later on we started the paint factory. So the manufacturing was done by our family. I recall, I think then somebody else, when they were doing some barbed wire and all steel, some of the boras, they started that. I think one of them was by Sharfiji, but
Yes.
was a gentleman. They had some iron works or something, but that came very much later on. Very much later on.
Uncle, I need to ask you, you mentioned silk. What exactly do you do in the area of silk?
We manufactured clothes. Not the just the cloth, the silk cloth.
Fabric.
Fabric, different kinds.
Was that silk fabric, silk cotton blended, or just silk fabric?
No, it was just silk. I remember we all used to wear our pajamas and all those made out of our own factory. The cloth we always would get in our factory. We would even send it as gifts to our friends in Bombay and everything. Yes.
Was there a large market for silk fabric?
I think it was, I don't think just like the matches or something, I think it was considered a very small one.
Okay.
Because cloth was manufactured all over India, the cloth Indian and everything, and in Calcutta we were probably the first.
To manufacture fabric?
Yes, silk factory. Cotton must be done, I think, and then of course the jute and everything was there, but as far as silk was concerned, I think probably we were the first. But that my memory, I did not know much about that, but I have visited the factory as a young kid, brought cloth from there also.
When you look back and you actually look at your family having entered 4 different segments, which is rubber, silk, paint and matches, what do you have to say about them? They've done all this nearly about 80 or 90 years ago. What is your observation about their entrepreneurial capability?
I think in a really true sense, we were really the what you call the boras, the traders. I mean, imagine in those days, my father, when he was just 11 or 12 years old, the parents just put him on a ship and put it, this ship is going over to Singapore. You just go there, study there. I mean, what must be the feelings of the parents? Can you imagine in those times to send a child alone in the ship?
This was from Surat.
From Surat.
What was your grandfather's name?
Sheikh Abdul Qadir.
Sheikh Abdul Qadir.
Yes.
There was no communication in those days.
No communication. They will come maybe after 6 weeks or so, for a month or a month. And he studied there, and then I think at the young age of 18, he was already involved in the trading in the office which we had there in the import-export business. So from then he started.
Do you think this deep understanding of the trading environment encouraged them to get into industry and manufacture the products which they could eventually select to trade?
I think probably living in Japan, they must have seen that the match factory, they must have had a kind of an idea, both of them, both the essabhoys, that when we go back to Calcutta, let us start this, and we know all these Japanese technicians here, and we bring them over there, make one of them our partner also, so that he takes interest in it. And I think that just started, and then one by one, first was the match factory, then I believe the rubber factory started, then after a few years the silk factory started, and the paint factory was started very, very late. That was when this was not with the other Faisallah boys. All the Faisallah boys were interested with us in these 3 factories. But the paint factory was entirely my father's.
Oh.
And there he had a person from Calcutta who was a painter, maybe a technologist, and he became a partner. And of course, anything when we started, we would always first go to His Holiness to take permission to start the thing. When I remember about the paint factory, when my father went to Syedna for the permission, he said, who are going to be your partners? So he said, my very good friend, my baby son's father, this esavi will be my partner. So Baba Sahib said, why don't you take us also as your partner? So all the 4 Syedna Sahib appointed his 2 sons, Yusuf Bhai Sahib and Hussain Bhai Sahib as the partner, and then Ibrahim Bhai Sahib and Saleh Bhai Sahib. You know Saleh Bhai Sahib, Mukhasir Sahib, who was in Bombay. His brother Ibrahim Bhai Sahib. So we had 12 partners. My father had put his 4 sons. Esavi Faisallah put his 4 sons, and Baba Sahib put his 4 sons. So there were 12 partners for the paint factory. Because my father was very, very close to His Holiness, probably. I think people know about it. And Saleh Bhai Sahab's and Ibrahim Bhai Sahab's mother was Aisha and Rahmatullah Aisha. She and my father, they were like brothers and sisters.
Okay.
She would always call him my brother. So that's why Saleh Bhai Sahab and Ibrahim Bhai Sahab would call Papai their Mama Ji.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying the paint, coming back to the industries, the paint factory, these were the 12 partners where even His Holiness's family joined us as partners.
One of the most remarkable impacts that your industrial ventures created in Calcutta was some kind of a migration. A lot of women from Surat moved to Calcutta to be employed at these factories and take managerial positions. In a certain sense, you actually caused a migration trend to happen.
Yeah, probably in a small way. I remember the philosophy of the essabhoys, the father and the Faisallah, both of them, was when we brought people from Surat as to work in all our companies, he said we have to provide boarding and lodging.
Okay.
That was something in which I remember Syedna Sahib in one of the Muharram was, he spoke to the people that he gave an example of our family, saying that look at the way they have treated their staff, and he said the staff they will call bhaiwo. Or our brothers. Said bhaiwo ne aari treat karenge. This is using. They said look at this example how they have done in those ages. So always we had about 25 people in our match factory, the Laboras.
25.
Yes.
And totally, how many would you have employed?
In the match factory,
No, all factories put together.
I don't know. I don't know how many workers were there because I was not involved in it. As a child, I would just go and visit the factory as a child. I did not go into so much of details, but the esavi factory I know because I was in charge from 1960 to 1964, when we had total about 22 our community members as our staff, and the total workforce was 1,000, almost 1,000.
Wow.
Yes, because we needed a lot of. It was very labor intensive. The packing side.
When did you get involved in the business? 1950?
No, the factory was going down for about 2-3 years or so, and all the partners got together and they said we need some young blood to run the factory now because it was really down the dumps. And so I believe 1959 or so they approached me when I was working in the trading firm in Calcutta. You know, we had an Oriental and Occidental trading company.
Yes.
That was started by my father because when we split from C.A. Muhammad, we gave the working partnership to C.A. Muhammad. Then we started this, my father started this Oriental and Occidental trading company. And there I was working for a year or two, just getting all the know-how of the trading firm. And then the partners of esavi match, they approached me and they said, why don't you take charge and see what you can do to the factory?
What were the problems of the factory?
Mostly it was labor problems. I mean, the workers will come in the morning, the labor union, the leader will come in the morning and he will dictate whether we should work for 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. We had no say in the matter. And then there were 2 labor unions in our factory because it was huge, 1,000 workers. So there were 2 leaders and they were the leaders were at loggerheads, the labor union. So one will say that he'll start this factory, the other said no, we are going for a strike. So it was a terrific labor problems. And I think the management had no control over them at all. So they put me in a very difficult position to start as if it was starting a new factory there.
Was the product Was the product still acceptable? Was the brand still strong?
Yes, very strong. And then I think that's what my partners say, like Isabhoy, they would say that in my time the profits were such they had never seen it in their lifetime.
You mean to say profits actually increased?
It was beyond people's expectation.
So what was your role? Did you actually manage to collaborate with the labor? Did you actually get the labor to work on your side? What changes did you make?
When I took charge over there, I saw there was nothing wrong with the factory. The materials was there, the labor was there, but the thing is, it was just the labor problem which I had to solve. And people said that the previous manager said you can't solve this problem because these 2 union leaders are fighting amongst themselves, even if we do something. So my job was, what I thought that I have to make these 2 leaders, they were cousins actually, to become friends, and how can I bring them to that? So my role was I would just take one leader at a time for a little chaiwala shop and sit there for hours, sit down with them and just have tea with them, not to bring them in the factory, but outside. Just so that I could get the trust of that union leader. And then I did the same thing with the other one also. Then I tried to put both together and I mean, it was sheer luck for me. I don't know whether it was my ability or what, but this is what I thought, that I have to make these 2 guys and come together with us. That let us do it together.
Did production increase substantially?
Oh my goodness. So much so that we used to have shortage of raw material.
Wow.
So that's why this word, of course, Baba Sahib, Yusufbhai Sahib knew what was going on there because esavi love in Bombay was very close to Baba Sahib. So they all knew what was happening in Calcutta. So then Baba Sahib offered me, said, Yusufbhai Sahib was the main person, Shahzad Yusufbhai Sahib. He said, come along to Bombay now and help us to start some business here. So that's why I left Calcutta in 1964, in the end of 1964, and settled in Bombay.
What did you do in Bombay?
At that time, the partners here in Calcutta, of course, they were all very upset. But I thought, it was running. Anybody could run the factory. There was nothing I was not doing. I did not do anything in the factory just to bring the workers together, because every evening I would be going to and watching my football game of Moment Sporting every evening in the Maidan. So I would leave my factory by 3 o'clock. I hardly worked.
Fantastic.
I mean, managing the property, I don't have to work physically, but the main thing, my aim was that, to see the whole of the factory runs properly, that we get the raw materials properly, and the main factor was solved, the labor problem.
How much were you producing per day in those days?
I don't remember. Twice our factory was burned during the riots.
Which riots were these?
Our Hindu-Muslim riots in Calcutta at that time.
And you said twice.
Our factory was, yes, twice our factory was burned. And I was physically there moving the big packages of matches and all from the godown so that they don't get fired. Physically, I was helping out the workers and all.
So what did they actually burn? Did they burn the production equipment? Did they burn only some parts of the factory? What exactly was affected?
No, mostly they had put the godown in the they set the fire. The godowns were set to fire. And luckily, our factory was not burned. But twice our production was disturbed for days and days. At that time, I was there. This happened in between 60 and 64.
But your brand continued to remain strong. Your markets, your distribution networks continued to remain strong, and company remained extremely profitable, as you said.
Yes, at that time it was going on there, and then after that, after 2 or 3, 4 years, I do not know what happened, because then I was not involved at all. I was in Bombay.
You never felt like going back to Calcutta?
But
you never intended to go back to Calcutta and get re-involved in the operations of esavi?
No. Because they were in good hands. We had so many cousins and all as the partners there, I think that was the biggest mistake what we had done, that not turning the company into a limited partnership. You must make it limited and work it as a corporation. That wasn't done. And I think when from 4 partners, family grows during the years, like 50, 60 cousins and all.
Okay.
The bickering and all these things behind. I think this is my thinking now.
Okay.
I do not know whether it was true or not, but always some kind of jealousies and competitions between the cousins and all this start, and probably that led to the slow downfall and the movement in Bengal also. All these factors, I think, must have led to the failure of that factory later on.
It's quite amazing that a factory that should have survived nearly 40 years, 45 years, should suddenly disappear.
No, I think almost more than 60, 70, almost 45, 50 years. Yes, went down the hill. I could not understand how could that happen. At my time, to take care of the raw materials, I was thinking of starting in Andaman Islands. There was a lot of wood available. So instead of bringing the logs and everything from there, I was going to start a factory there, just manufacturing the boxes and everything, and then sending them here. So, but all these things, while I was thinking, I was already loaded to Bombay. I mean, it was a very big thing. I mean, for me, it was quite an honor. I mean, Bob Saab and the family asking me to join their ventures. And for me, it was a kind of an adventure. I was a young person at that time.
What happened to the rubber business, the silk business, and the paints business?
Same thing, same thing. The rubber factory also was then taken over by one of the cousins. You know, by Amiruddin Faizullah Bhai's son, Qasim.
Yeah.
By Qasim and all that. He was in charge of the rubber factory later on. I don't know. I was totally then away in Bombay when all these started collapsing.
What about the silk business?
That was also closed down very much earlier, I think. That was in my time. Not in my time, even in my dad's time it was going down at that time. And that silk factory was managed by one of the Faisalabhai brothers. I'm not sure.
And the paints?
Paint factory was right from the start. It was managed by my brother by Tayya and by Bibisa. These two were the persons who were also the partners. They managed the paint factory, and I think that started going down the hill after about 1970s or so.
Okay. It's quite remarkable that four industrial ventures, none of them survive until today.
Yes, very, very surprising. That is what I'm saying is that all these companies should have been run like corporations properly. There should be proper board of directors and all these things, and it was just done single thing. I think that should have been done the way now the big things, the big ventures, the way they run now. That was the way it should have been run that way. That would have made a big difference, I think. Where the partners and all, they don't have any say. It has a professional manager and all these things they take charge. When the families become too large, can you imagine 4 families and their children, and they all try to come into, and without having any experience, they try to come into management. That's what it has to be done, professionally done. And that is all hindsight now.
What do you have to say about the Calcutta world? What kind of a city was it?
Beautiful. I loved Calcutta much more than Bombay.
Why?
But not after I left. I came back after 12 years or so just to visit for 2 or 3 days. At that time, I had tears in my eyes the way Calcutta had run down. I couldn't believe it. But in our time, Calcutta was so lovely. I mean, so because even our whole community, we would be like one. You know the way we played cricket and football and everything, and all the parents will join together. It was like one community. The way we were so close, and that was a great thing for the. We would have sports and all these things. Life was wonderful.
Have you ever seen that kind of life, that quality of community living ever anywhere else thereafter?
No. Calcutta was unique.
Unique.
I think wonderful. I would call it unique. The way our community we lived together was unique. I mean, we helped each other. I remember during the riots, we were all in what we call jump number. We were there for about 3-4 days. How many families we were there? I mean, kind of taking shelter when the riots. I'm talking about 1948. When the riots started, and when Gandhiji came and he fasted and everything. At that time, we were all stuck in this one house, all of us taking shelter. All of them for 3 days. We dare not go out at all. It could have been massacred then at that time. So we have seen all those life, but in spite of that, Calcutta was beautiful. I did my schooling there.
Which school were you in? Which school and college were you in?
St. Xavier's School, St. Xavier's College.
Okay.
On what was it? What street was it?
Park Street.
Yes. But during the war, we left Calcutta.
Okay, during the war, you went back to Surat?
41, 42. When the Japanese bombarded, the one bomb fell in the Calcutta ports or something like that, and there was a panic. I mean, on the Howrah Bridge, we had to walk. We could not even take our cars or anything. No. People were getting a panic crossing the Howrah Bridge and fleeing Calcutta at that time. Our whole family, since we had a house in Surat, my father said, let's go to Surat then. So the whole family went to Surat there and started studying there in Surat. And I will be there, everything was in Gujarati and we could understand the lectures, but we could not write Gujarati. So we would write our answers in English. Hear the lectures in Gujarati. And so after living there for 2 years, my father was not, he had some sickness. So during the summer vacation we went to Panchgani. And at Panchgani the education was like wonderful. It was a real center of education. Okay. So my father said, why don't we go back to Surat? This is a healthy place to live in. So let's stay here and study. All the children we studied there till the war was over, and then when the war was over, then we returned to Calcutta.
So you got re-admitted into St. Xavier's when you went back?
Yes, at that time then it was college. I did my matriculation while I was in Panchgani. We lived there in Panchgani for 4 years, 3.5 to 4 years. Even at that time, all these people, all my nephews and nieces studied there. Like maybe says Shabbir Bhai Sahab, Husibai. I'm sure you know Husibai.
Yes.
She's my niece. She studied in Loreto House. And Ruqayya's Qasim was in the boys' school. Myself and my brother were in Parsi school. My sisters were in Timmins school. So we all studied in. And another good thing you should really remember is how the Bohras, our Papaji's foresight, that education for him was so important that I'm talking about in the 1920s and 30s. He sent his sisters to a convent school in Calcutta.
Which one?
Loreto House. You know, Loreto House, and again it was in one of the by streets of Park Street. It was there, Loreto House.
Middleton Road.
Yes, correct, Middleton Road. Now I remember, I recall that. And so much so that he went to the nuns were superior nun there, and Papaji went to talk to them that look, my daughters can't be dropped off on the road and walk inside because we have a parda system.
Okay.
So my car should go inside you have to open the gates for them so that my car can go inside and drop off my 2 daughters there, Min Fatima and Min Ruqayya. So first Bohra ladies to go into a convent school in this fashion. And they would wear saris only, no dresses, no skirts or anything. And the mother's care was so considerate that she allowed at that time, how broad-minded they were also about the each community to respect each other's behavior or demands or whatever it is. So those days, to have your children, daughters, female person study in those days was something remarkable which my father believed in. And then I think the results also tell that. Yes.
It's also surprising that he got the male children of the family to study as well, because here was an industrialist who could have very easily said that this kind of education is not necessary for my children. They are anyway going to inherit the industrial empire that I'm setting up.
Yes, but even my brother Sheikh Abdul Khalid, he went up to MSc. He did his MSc in I don't remember the college he went to. He believed in education, and it was good that we did it. Yes, that for me, that kind of an education, all that experience for coming to this country, I think I speak better English than the Americans do here. The way they spell, the way they do things, that this is all the background which has helped me to settle here also.
This is really the legacy of a Panchgani and a Calcutta.
Panchgani was the best days of my life as a student was in Panchgani.
Okay.
And I still, every time I go to Bombay, I spend 1 week in Panchgani to reminisce about my old days.
Fantastic. What else was remarkable about the Calcutta of the 50s and the 60s?
For me, I think that one of the best part was that the life was so easy going, I think. There was no hustle, bustle, very peaceful life. And our community, I think, was remarkable. The way we bonded with each family. And all the adults and the children. Every Saturday and Sunday, not Saturday, every Sunday, there were, I believe, 4 generations will be getting together separately. My father, then it is Inna Dusdaro, then my brother Inna Dusdaro, then my bin Fatima bin Ruqayya Inna Saibo, then Sarah Nabida Inna Saibo, me myself and with Mara Dusdaro. So about 5 to 6 generations. Every Sunday, they will meet at different places and spend the whole day together.
Was there any specific name to the collection of people that your father probably sat in? They had specific names for specific groups of people.
Like, I remember Papa Dina Dusdar, of course Kaka Jabdulali will be there. Then, the Bengali, my father, Tamara Zarina, the grandfather, naam so.
Zarina na father ase, Fidausen.
Fidausen.
That's my grandfather.
Yes, but Fidausen would be there. They will all play music together.
Music.
And then Tamara mother, Ben Zarina, was my sister Saiba.
Ah.
I remember that.
Sarah.
And then when Zarina, the uncle, the way he probably passed away in Panchgani in Dalgate. Tayyab, what's your name?
My father's name is Tayyab.
No, Tamara father's name is Tayyab, but Bengali, the brothers, Dr. Saleh,
One of the brothers was Tayyab.
Tayyab.
Yes.
He in a brother Dawoodi, right?
Correct. Tayyab had difficult eyesight and
We used to call him Illa Bisdaru in Dr. Cyclops.
Dr. Psychologist, why is that?
Cyclops, no Cyclops.
Dr. Cyclops.
બધા દુસરાનો એક બધાના નામ બહુ પાડે બધા. I mean, they will just put a thing that you're Dr. Cyclops because his eyesight નથી.
Fantastic.
In fact, 6 or 8 years ago, when I was in Panchgani, and I found out that he was in Dalgate recovering. Do you remember that?
Yes, he was in a sanatorium and he was recovering. Correct.
Sanatorium, and I found that out. So I went there to meet him. He was lying in bed, very sick. And I told him he would not recognize who I was because his eyesight not there. But I told him that you remember Abdul Qadir, who used to be Tamara Dosdar hata, Calcutta Nandar, who bhai chu. I shook hands with him, I sat with him and talked to him. So I'm talking about the Dosdar and Saivo every Sunday. That kind of bonding is never unheard of.
So that was a community within a community.
Community with a community. Every Sunday they'll be getting together in different places. But then Varo hoya, a Sunday another mini joy, a Sunday another mini joy. So the girls would be somewhere, the boys would be somewhere, the fathers would be somewhere, and everybody will be playing cards there. Followed by dinner or lunch.
Fantastic.
So that's about Calcutta. I enjoyed most about it, and I don't think that kind of life, people will never see that again.
Where would you stay in Calcutta? What was your residence?
I'm originally on Esplanade. We were in, where KC Das was?
Yes, that's right.
On Esplanade Street.
Yes, KC Das, that's right.
In a Bajuma, there was a house which was known as, I think, number 7 Esplanade East. Then we had to vacate that and go to number 4 Esplanade East. It was a 4-storied house. We were on the top floor, overlooking miles and miles of Maidan. There was nothing in front of us. So that is where we lived. From there, Probably they were to go to see him out. It was very easy because we had a horse carriage also, which would take us to madrasa, take us to the Gujarati school, and then of course masjid. No, they would call what the caretaker name Munshi ke.
Yes, Munshi was there until my time, late 70s.
Okay. Then there was a very very fat Munshi. Because Papaji was more in charge of the masjid. Because CM Mohammed is Banavi the masjid. And then, so afternoon prayers so mostly Papaji's conduct. I don't know where the Amil Sahib stayed down here to many times Papaji would be conducting the prayers. So Tasi, हमने मुंशी ठहरवा में when you are rickshaw में ले जाए to for the Gujarati school or for the madrasa and all.
Where was your madrasa?
Masjid number है.
Okay. And your Gujarati school, you studied at the Gujarati school in Calcutta?
Yes, for a couple of years.
That would be the Calcutta Anglo-Gujarati on Pollock Street?
Yes, Pollock Street, Marathi. Pollock Street, Marathi. I remember that.
Very interesting.
Because Papaji wanted us to get into all the languages because that was our thing. So we had to go to Gujarati school and learn Gujarati also.
Okay.
And then the Urdu teacher will come at home to teach us Urdu. So we stayed in Fort Esplanade for a long time till the war broke. So in 1939, the government took all the buildings on Esplanade for their people and everything. So we all had to vacate during the wartime. Then we moved to Theatre Road. And there we had a bungalow. And there we stayed.
What was the address at Theatre Road?
I don't know. Go and have a look at it. I don't know if my memory is correct. Was it probably 17 Theatre Road?
17 Theatre Road. Because I will check up 7 Esplanade East, I will check up 4 Esplanade East, and I will check up 17 Theatre Road.
17 Theatre Road. And for a very short time you were on the circular road, but that address I don't remember because that was a very short period. Because from Esplanade we had to move quickly to somewhere else. And Papaji wanted to stay there because of the schools were closed, Park Street, So, and then on Theatre Road we stayed for a long time.
Theatre Road you stayed for a long time?
Yes.
Okay. What were the homes of those days like? Was it quite like the homes we have today in India?
These were bungalows there. So there were more there. We had a nice garden also. And I think our family, especially Papa, he loved nature a lot. And that has come down in our family too. Like I think when Fatima was number one as far as nature was concerned, the way she loved flowers and all, and I got that from her. She would take me to the flower shows and everything in Alipur and to teach me all about the flowers and all. And since then, I have been a lover of plants and all. I think I got that from my sister and Fatima.
Okay. One of the questions that I do want to ask you is the role played by your family in setting up masjids across the world. How many places in the world has your family built masjids in?
What I have heard is Calcutta, Madras, Rangoon. I'm not sure about Penang, but definitely in Singapore. I don't know where else. 5 or 6 definitely. Of course with Calcutta.
With Calcutta, about 5.
Yeah.
And when you say built the masjids, would you say that completely with your family wealth?
Absolutely. Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, at that time the family would be my father's, my grandfather and his brothers. This Calcutta Masjid, probably my father was involved, definitely. Or could be the grandfather. I have no idea. I have no.
Grandfather's name was?
Abdul Qadir.
Abdul Qadir. Okay.
In our family, do you know another, and my brother Abdul Qadir, I don't think you met him.
No, I haven't met him.
You have not met him. So our generation him son is Isa. Isa is a ustad in the Karachi Jamia.
Ah, of course I met him.
You met him.
I met him.
That's my nephew.
Okay.
Isa bhai, Sayyid Sheikh Isa, that is father Sheikh Abdul Qadir, who passed away in Rawalpindi.
Okay.
Then his father Sheikh Isa bhai, that's my father.
Okay.
Then his father Sheikh Abdul Qadir.
Okay.
And his father, Mullah Isa Bhai.
Okay, it goes in a sequence. So it goes in a sequence. Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So, Mullah Isa Bhai and then Mota Bhai. And that's why in Surat they used to call us Isa Bhai Mota Bhai Wala.
Okay. That's your ancestor, Mota Bhai.
Ancestors.
Would you have any details of the masjid in Calcutta that has been built with your family wealth? How much did it cost? How long did it take? What are the stories related to that?
No, zero.
Zero.
Zero. I have no idea at all.
But this must be an interesting family to have apportioned a part of its wealth into creating masjids wherever it went or wherever it traded, and also retained a part of it for the business, and thereafter retained a part of it for their own living.
And also, khidmat to the Dawat a lot. They believed they were very, very close to all the Syednas. I have been told, Syedna Tahir Sahib Sahib, previous Syedna Abdullah Badruji, ખરેખર આપણું દાવતનું ઘણું મોટું દેન હતું. Huge debt. They were talking about us also. Even when Syedna Tahir Sahib Sahib ઉપર નસ થાય છે તો Syedna Tahir Sahib Sahib કહે છે કે તમારા ઉપર ઘણો મોટો આદર છે આ દેનનો દેન કીને દેન huge. And that debt was paid off by our family, forefathers.
Yes, by the family?
Yes. And my father took Syedna Tahir Sahib and whole family for Hajj on a ship.
This would be the late 18th. When would this be? What dates would this be?
This could be close to 1900s.
1900s. Yeah, 1900s.
Must be in that time. આગળ નસીમે સાહેબ નસીમે સાહેબ મારેલ તો I don't know છે કે નહીં એક ફોટો છે શિપના પછી when he comes down to either in Bombay Harbour or in Karachi Harbour, Papaji is bringing him down from the stairway from the ship.
Okay.
The family, of course, at that time, Baba Sabni family must be small. So he had taken them for Hajj. At that time, they couldn't afford it.
So how much of debt would the family have cleared of the Dawat?
Oh, no idea.
No idea.
No idea. It has been said. Even વાસના એમ નહીં કહેતા કે કઈ ફેમિલી की જરૂર છે. But they said કે ઘણું દાવતનું હતું.
Okay.
That is why our families, all our forefathers have been very, very close to the Dawat, which has continued. And
has this?
And you know, Syedna Tahir Sahib stayed in our home in Syed Amir Ali Avenue for 2 months, the whole family.
Which year was this?
1953, when Papaji passed away. Before he passed away, there was a Calcutta Nanda, there was apna Bora ni Jamaat ni meeting hathi. They wanted Baba Sahib to come during Ashara here. But nobody said that the discussion was there. Pura Garma Uta said, where will the whole family stay? And Papaji offered, okay, I'll offer my house. So we had 3 stories. I don't know, have you visited 48 Syed Amir Ali?
I have seen the place, but now of course they've demolished that building and built another one in that place. It's 48 Syed Amir Ali Avenue.
Correct, yes.
Okay. So the entire family, 3-story building.
Makki Baba Sabni family.
So where did your family stay then?
Yeah, no, it was 3 stories. So ekdam niche by Tayyibni family hati. So by Tayyibni family moved to Solar Paints, our paint factory. Whole family, they went there to live there because we had a nice little house there also.
Okay.
So they went there.
Okay.
And then we, all of us, we shifted to the ground floor where there were 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and a big hall. So Sheikh Khatib Bhai Mogri had come also from Surat.
Okay.
So Papaji ne hame ko bata we stayed on the ground floor. The baby floors, Baba Sabni family naminated to. So on then Papaji's room, Syedna Tahir Sahib stayed. And then Amina Isa would be each floor had 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a hall.
Okay.
So like that we had 3 floors. And then the 4th floor the kitchen was there. So 2 floors were occupied by ek Fatima Isabni family on the 3rd floor, Amina Isabni family on the 1st floor. then Dad said we will be occupying Papaji's room.
This must have been a remarkable experience.
That is why I became so close to the little ones, because रोज रात जियाफत पर जावन हुई, and I have to bring them. हम लोग को एक जियाफत को पहला को अपने इशारा करें. So the young ones did not want to stay there for so long. So Beektan Shirdaga and myself take them to Mocambo, Fleury's, Rajay, Milkshake, Apavia. Koi take them for movie also.
Oh, very interesting.
Things we have done.
Very interesting.
I remember रोज हमारे बाबा साहब ने मस्जिद में ले जावन.
Okay.
तो there would be, I think, कोई ना कोई ले जाए. तो घनी बार कोई ना हो तो पापा भी today you have to take him. Take बाबा साहब to the masjid. बोले तो इतना भारी पड़े कि my God, I have to wake up. And I have to go. I didn't know people will pay lakhs of rupees to do that service today. At that time, it was a burden to me. Oh my God, my whole sleep. Bawa Sahib said, "Khatma mein baat bhi so karu." I mean, taking him to the masjid after the prayers. And at that time, I remember I had a student in St. Xavier's College. He was a Jew. एकदम मुसलमान नो कट्टर दुश्मनी. I mean, he would be so against Muslims. So एक दिवस I saw him सवारे मस्जिद में से निकलता, लोगों ने थोड़ी लाइन हुई थी, थोड़ा जितना 15-20 जन हुआ था, कितना हुआ था, कितना हुआ, not like today thousands. But हाथ जोड़ी नुबिला हुई बाबा साहब ने. I happened to be in that car bringing Baba Sahib back to my home, and I saw the student standing there in the line. પછી મેં કોલેજમાં next day I said, why were you there? I just don't know. I thought if there was an angel on the earth, this was the person who was sitting in your car. So I was just loved to see him.
Very interesting. What were some of the other interesting experiences with Baba Sahib?
Panchani Nandar said, let's talk, come into our home, come and have tea with us, with Isabhoy sir, Surat Tamil. He was so surprised. I mean, today, my goodness, they come with a big pomp and but he just walks in alone, without even telling us we are coming. He said, we're just coming here to have tea with you. So those were little experiences which we were so honored. And of course, I know Guru Sahib have gone to lots of picnics and everything. Syedna Sahib have gone to many picnics and all. Playing tennis tournaments and there was in Esmail there was a big tennis court there.
Okay.
जहाँ हमने मोहम्मद मंजिल से है इन नीचे tennis court है तो.
Okay.
Because I lived in Esmail for 1 month. तो ते वक्त हम लोग we would be playing tennis with all the Shahzadas. Salam al-Bakr भाई साहब ने, Shabd भाई साहब ने, Ali Asghar भाई साहब ने, and the final day there will be a tournament, and Syedna will come and sit and watch us play.
Very interesting. Have you ever attempted to write your memories down?
No, so they've been telling me to do that, and I have been tempting to do that for the last 2 years, and I don't know why I'm putting it off.
You've got a long time ahead of you also. I mean, there's no hurry really.
Yes. Well, and still this can go on, and I think we have spoken enough now.
Grateful for your time, and I will tell you a very, very grateful thank you. What you've told me has been extremely archival. I don't think anybody else would have given us such a perspective across nearly, 70 years? Fantastic. I'm really very grateful.
Yeah, nice to talk to you.
Thank you very much and have a great day.
Chalo, bye-bye. Good luck. And are you planning to come here? Hello?
Yes, well, anything can happen. The world is full of interesting possibilities.
Okay.
Grateful
I
uncle.
hope you had I hope you had a pleasant trip when you came here last time.
It was an amazing trip. My hostess was a very gracious lady, and she really made it very productive. That's right. That's right.
Yes, we just were there 2 days back in the Karma. We were just friends of us, 7-8 people. We had a majlis done at her place just now. I mean, because of Hatim's remarkable recovery, she was in gratitude to God. She had kept the majlis there.
Okay. Lovely.
Yeah.
I hope to see you again soon.
All the best.
Grateful and have a great day ahead. Bye. Goodbye. Khuda
Yeah,
Hafiz.
bye-bye. Khuda Hafiz.